So our veg bags, which go out every week or fortnight, if you prefer a fortnightly delivery, will always have potatoes, carrots and onions, and then 5 other veg that we're harvesting at the time. So it's normally just like we're on bunch carrots at the moment, and then we've got onions, normally 3 or 4 onions depending on size, and then we're on new potatoes at the moment as well, so they're kind of nice little ones that you can just scrub and eat with a nice little bit of mint. So we sent out courgettes, tomatoes, spring onions from the field, raw beans, so probably about half a kilo of raw beans. We just do a nice big sort of scoopy handful, and then a bunch of mixed leaves as well. So we'll have like 3 or 4 different lettuce and spicy leaves in the salad bags. So that's our veg bag for the week, and then it will change obviously from week to week. So this was last week's veg bag, but this week we're not sending out courgettes, we're sending out a bag of chard instead, and we're not sending out spring onions, we're sending out marsh too. We've just been picking the marsh too. So we'll seed sow here. This is just like an example. These are ready for seed sowing. So once those are sown, we put them in our pot room, which is here. So there's some already in here, and then they'll those are Florence fennel. So we've got some fennel on the go, so it's just nice and warm in here, and they'll germinate. And as soon as they've germinated, we take them out and put them into the polytunnels on the shelves there, just to keep them nice and warm still whilst they're babies. So that's our propagation centre there, and then out here is where some of the covered growing takes place. So you can see, as we've taken things out of the hot box, once they've germinated, we just pop them on the sides here and double up with these tables to using some of the space in the tunnels. You will be pinching a little bit of light from the crops underneath, but so this is our sort of mix it up tunnel really. We've got a range of squashes that are growing on the ground. Let's see, some of them are just about to go behind you. It's kind of getting ready now to be picked. So these are, we've never grown these before, so this is a new crop. They're called Zephyr, and they're just like a summer squash. And I think they're meant to go like a little green at the tips. Whether I can find an example where that's happening. Oh yeah, actually starting to. It's not very pronounced though, is it? Like in the seed catalogue, it was like really bright green, so maybe they've just not got to the end of their tether yet. And then we're growing some little I should have brought a knife in here. Little kind of baby cucumbers, little prickly ones for like lunch boxes and things. So that's a new little thing for us, just a little sample crop. Aubergines and some chilies. But yes, this is our sort of experimental tunnel that's not done especially well because it's such a lousy.
It's not exactly been sunny.
Summer, I hesitate to use the word summer, but not good at all, really. And just the amount of water that's coming out of the sky is just really massive impact on our strawberry crop, particularly. It's so wet, so wet. We've got things that still need to go out into the fields.
So do you usually plant the same produce each year and then experiment, or?
Yeah, we tend to. We know what we can grow, and also probably favoured varieties as well. You know, over the years we've tried different varieties of things and discovered what grows better. Where we are here. But sometimes we'll have a bit of a play around, and we thought, oh, we'll try some summer squashes and these little mini cucumbers. But yeah, we sometimes have a little bit of a play around just to mix it up a bit. And then sometimes we'll abandon things, like we were growing yellow courgettes, but they're just so not productive for the amount of space you would use on them, so we just abandoned. Although they're quite nice to have a yellow courgette here and there, we just
it's not feasible.
No. So these are the kind of main cucumber crop. So there's about 300 plants in there, and then we'll tend to use the side beds. Well, we don't need the height in the tunnels. We use the side beds for salad crops. So they're just like a different range of lettuces and rockets and mustards that we use, and we tend to send out mixed salad bags rather than whole lettuce. We've got whole lettuce in the field, but it bolts quickly. If you're not using hundreds and hundreds and hundreds each week. So that's, and all the tunnels have got these drop down, flip down tables as well, because when we're propagating at the beginning of the season, all the tunnels are completely ram-packed with trays of seedlings on the tables. Can't get them out quick enough, really. And then we've got French beans in here. Anna at the end. And Charlotte here. This is Megan. And so they're just in amongst French beans. Pick. And again, side bed with salad crops in. And then what we've just been picking, just sort of looking for, coming to a bit of an end now, are orange 2, sugar snap peas, and again salad side beds as well. That's what they're empty, but it's been resown. Although, finished, there's actually quite a bit of flour still. So because they sort of have a bit of a lull and then a resurgence. So that's our tunnel situation, with nice views across the Eden Valley from the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
Do you have groups of school children?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, we run growing clubs in schools. So we were going to lead an after-school club in their setting. And a few years ago we had a lottery project where we set up growing spaces in 6 local primary schools. So one of those has kind of kept since that, saying a few years ago, a decade ago now, and they've just kind of kept wanting us to go back and lead that club. So we do that, and then if schools get in touch and they want to come up here for a visit, then they will accommodate them in more detail, like normally where food comes from, or local food, how it's grown, and supply chains, that kind of thing. So we'll take them here, and we'll take them to the field as well, and look around and do a little activity and taste things generally. So they quite like picking things and tasting them. And then again, brownies, scout groups. We've had WIs. We've got a gardening club visiting on Thursday evening, actually. So it's just a range of people who are interested, I suppose, community groups that are interested in having a look or doing a little activity, and we'll accommodate them if we can. Here, there's about 10 of us in the cooperative, so some of us grow elsewhere, and as I was explaining, on their own holdings, and feed into the box scheme. But some of them will just come to weed and pick, or drive the delivery van, or pack, or not everyone's growing on their own holdings, but so there's about 10 of us really, all in all. Yeah, we pack about 220 veg bags a week. Some people get weekly delivery, some people are fortnightly, but roughly it works out about 220 we pack up each week and send out across the Eden Valley and that kind of Kendal area. And that's 4 different delivery rounds on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So busy. And then we'll do farmers markets as well. So we just did Orton on Saturday, and we do Kendal Farmers Market, which is the last Friday of the month, and we also do Reg Ed, which is coming up this Saturday, and that's part of their 40 Farms project. So they have a quarterly market, I think, or three times a year. Just local producers and farmers that are selling, and they tend to have a programme of events that runs alongside that in the lecture theatre or cinema, so to kind of raise the profile and support the work of local producers.
How did this start out?
Well that was me really, just growing at home on allotment, and then somebody one day suggesting maybe I could try and sell it rather than just give it away, and then I looked at farmers markets, farm gate sales, farm shops, and really I think the idea behind all those things is that you can grow and pick for those, but then not ultimately sell it all. You could come back from your farmers market not having sold everything, and so it's like, well, what do you do with it then? And it's food waste if it's not being used. So I've stumbled across this concept of the veg box scheme, where you're growing for a known number of people, and so you're harvesting for that known number of people, and so there's no waste. So if you're sending out, so we do 220 bags of veg each week, and you know that you need to pick 220 salad bags, well then you can do that and leave it in the ground growing for next week, or you don't have to harvest what you don't need. So that was kind of how that was born really. I thought, right, okay, we'll give that a go, and if I can find 20 families who want me to grow veg for them, then I would give that a go and see what I could do. So with a couple of other local producers, set up a farmers market in the village hall here, and then at that market signed up 20 people who said, yes, if you grow veg for us, we'll give you £10 a week or whatever it was then. So that was back in 2008. So I was just then joined by 2 farmers who said, well, we could grow a crop for you, and then in 2010 the 3 of us created Vista Veg Limited as a cooperative and an industrial and provident society. So it just kind of moved on from there. Those 20 people turned into 30, turned into 40, and it just escalated really. And other producers and growers came on board, and yeah, we found this site, which was the land of one of the original farmers who was growing with us. And on windy day we came up here and he said, I think this is the place for polytunnels because we can make it nice and secure and tight. Hello. Kind of tightly knit against the wall, and when it's windy it's protected by this woodland, and we've got a transformer just here so we can hook up the solar PV to the transformer, and so we generate electricity and sell it back to the grid. And so yes, it seemed like the perfect site really. So we plumped for this and put some tunnels up and a shed, and we've been here ever since. So we've been here 12 years on this site now. Yeah. So that's how it all began.
So what qualifications did you have?
Okay. Well, in terms of qualifications, I mean, my background was culture more than horticulture, and so I had a degree and an MA actually within the arts, and that was my job before I started doing this. And when I started doing this, I thought I perhaps need to retrain, just to, for my own kind of presence of mind, think I'm doing the right things for all the right reasons, and things that I'd learned from old blokes on allotments might, was that really right? So I retrained in production horticulture in 2012, and so yeah, but I think everyone here has not got a horticulture qualification, but we come from really wide and varied backgrounds in terms of chefing and environment agency, so farming, just yeah, really eclectic mix of people that have yeah, got skills that's kind of learned by trial and error, I suppose, and through working here and discovering what we do and how we do it, and applying that back into their own holdings. Yeah. Well, I think the problem in the county is that we lost Newton Rigg College, and that where I did my production horticulture was at Growingwell near Kendal, which is a similar horticulture site, bigger than this, but they used to run level 2, level 3 production horticulture, so that means that it's just about food production. It's not, you don't learn, it's not amenity horticulture. You don't learn about turf and grasses and bowling greens and flowers and things. It's just about producing food, which is brilliant. And Newton Rigg never offered that. And even with the reinvention of courses there and Newton Rigg Limited, which came subsequently after Newton Rigg was dismantled, they still didn't offer a production horticulture course. And so if you're wanting to grow food, and we're obviously trying and get a body of local producers together in the county, and it would be great if they were skilled and that you could have a way of skilling up young people who want to go into horticulture.